Welcome back, guys, to Kerbal Space Explosion. Isn't she beautiful? We did it. We got it together. Now we have to try to get this sucker all the way to Eve, and I am a little skeptical that we're going to be able to do it. Chief amongst our problems is the fact that only 4 of our 7 decouplers here, docking clamps, they're not decouplers, they're docking clamps, pardon me. Only 4 out of 7 of them are connected, and that's going to cause some problems when we start to burn. We have a burn for Eve, estimated at 17.5 minutes. I'm pretty sure that I have enough fuel to complete that burn, and then once there, we will aero brake into Eve's atmosphere and try to get captured by it. There it is right there. We're going to have to do some modifications to the maneuver, but I don't think we're going to be able to burn continuously. I think we're going to have to stop and start because of instabilities with the docking clamp situation. There's where we need to be. Let me just move back over. Now, ideally, I would like to start this burn at, I don't know, 8.5 minutes, 8 3/4 minutes before we're scheduled to go. Oh man, this thing is so cumbersome to turn. I can't even turn it at all. It's so slow. I'm hesitant to use the RCS, but we could use it to turn it. We may need to. I just want to get it kind of close. And then we're going to speed up time. Zip around the planet. Hut Hat and Buzz are ready to go. They may never come back. Or, you know, we may have to send an extra rescue mission just to get them. Something a little bit more reasonable than this. You know, let's actually, we have full charge, and we have 4,000 energy, or, you know, electrical charge stored up or whatever. So let's put those away. Just in case something breaks. This is so laggy. I'm getting 5 frames per second. I don't even know what you're seeing on YouTube. I hope it's watchable. Look at this thing. It is ridiculous. This is a lot of parts. I did not estimate that it would cause this amount of slowdown. Now, I have a really nice computer. But unfortunately, Kerbal Space Program, it's written in 32-bit. It's a 32-bit software, so it cannot take advantage of all 16 gigabytes of my RAM to help lighten the load. But that's okay. All right, so now we're way over here. We have to go way over there. Oh, look how slow this speeds up. That time acceleration, the time warp, it climbed to 50 times so slowly. And ideally, we would like to start burning like way back here, if we can. We're probably gonna have to do this in stages. And because of the frame rate issues and how tedious it's gonna be, I'm not gonna make you watch an 18-minute burn. So I'm going to do most of it off camera, if it's even possible to do. If it's not, I'll report back with results. Let's see where we are. Oh, gosh. Okay, we're around here. So we should have started already, but we obviously can't, because it's too long of a burn. So yeah, we may have to do this in stages. We may have to make our orbit more and more elliptical until we escape. We do have a lot of fuel. I have 6 of these orange tanks ready to go. And I'm actually going to have to be careful about the fuel draining down through there. Oh no, it won't, because there's decouplers. Fuel will definitely transfer between... Oh gosh, it will transfer between docking clamps, but not through decouplers. So that's actually good. I don't want any of this fuel getting used for anything except for getting off of Eve. Okay, let's get until we're pointed kind of that away. And then I just kind of have a feeling we're going to have to do a few loop-de-loops around the planet to get this right. We're going to have to adjust the maneuver multiple times, but we'll get there. As long as I can escape from Kerbal, then we'll be okay. Then we'll be okay. Then I can burn in a more leisurely fashion. Okay, let's go back down to 1 times, and let's move back over to the blue mark and see where we're pointed. If it seems like... Oh, gosh. All right. You know what? RCS. There we go. Look at that. Look at all those RCS ports. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Look at the faces of Hud, Hat, and Buzz. This is like catnip for them if they were cats, but they're Kerbins. This is their version of that. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, my gosh. This thing is so cumbersome. It was just my wild idea in my head. It's like, hey, I have never assembled something in space. Let's make a huge thing and assemble it in space. What could go wrong? Okay, let's see. We're pointed kind of at the ground. Maybe right around here we'll start. I just want to make sure not to destroy the orbit we have and go back into the atmosphere. That would not be good. Okay, I think we're good right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can burn in a straight direction. Oh, so far so good. Is it wibbly wobbling? Ooh. What are we doing? No, it's veering off course. Why are you doing that? Go to the right. Go to the right. Oh gosh. Go to the right. Okay, we're gonna throttling up. It's going. It's going. It's not smashing apart. Oh wait, no, I take that back. It's starting to torque. It's torquing. What's happening? What are we doing? Okay, I'm just gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it, and whoa, oh man, this makes me so nervous. Makes me so nervous. Our elevation is going down, but I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna give you some occasional updates as we make what I will tentatively call progress. Oh my gosh, what have I done? I just wanted to go to Eve. Was that so wrong? Was that so wrong? One of these days. All right, I'll give you an update once I've done something that doesn't look ridiculous. All right, guys, I have some kind of good news. The good news is we're still in one piece, and we're missing about half of our total fuel. That's the good news. That's the good news. The really good news is we're going to Eve. Yeah, there it is right there. We're pretty close. It took me a while to do it. Man, this thing is unstable, but it flew. It flew kind of straight. I constantly had to correct its direction. I had to wrestle with it at every step. I had to do many corrections to the maneuver because not only do we want to go to Eve, we want to aerobrake in its atmosphere. So the atmosphere of Eve extends up to 100,000 meters. And it took me a while to get this just right, but we're going to hit about 80,000 meters. I don't know what the ideal elevation we're aiming for is. I'm just sort of guessing this'll do. I don't know. We'll see. As you can see, it's kind of going berserk, changing all kinds of different numbers. I don't have SAS on. I don't have RCS on. Nothing should be manipulating my trajectory, but something's going on. So we're just going to see what happens, and I'm pointed in the retrograde direction in case... Man, this thing is ginormous. Look at how big this thing is. It's crazy. We're pointed in the retrograde direction just in case we need to give it a little bit extra to be caught and get into an orbit around Eve. So let's see what we can do. Let's fast forward until we get into its sphere of influence. I'm going to leave the solar panels out so I don't run out of electrical juice. There it is, getting closer. Whoa, okay, let's take it easy now. Take it easy. Here we come. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, let's speed up a little. And then slow down. Okay, stop. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, let's see. How long until we get to our periapsis? Oh god, that's not right. That's not right. Wait a second. You told me... Oh gosh, that's not good at all. 12,500. And that's in 11 hours. Okay, we have some time to try to manipulate this. The estimate it just told me was much different from this. Okay, so let's make a maneuver. I had a really hard time making maneuvers out there beforehand. So what I had to do was I had to make a maneuver far away, kind of like that, and then drag it close to me. Okay, so we need to go that way. Now let's see, what's the most efficient thing we could do? This? I don't think so. I think we need to do this. Oh, did I not? What happened? I didn't even grab it? What are you doing? I'm trying to pull you. Let me pull you. Let me pull you. Okay, there we go. Okay, how long is this maneuver? I think this will be doable. Maybe. That's a burn of 1 minute. We can definitely do that. We're not going to get there for like another 11 or 12 hours. Let's see. What's that saying right now? That's down to 3 million. You can probably barely see it, or maybe not at all, but it is right there. So we can definitely manage a burn of that duration. I'm going to need to spend some time fiddle-faddling around with this again, but that's okay. I didn't expect this to be easy. This is easily, like, orders of magnitude, the hardest thing I've ever done in the game. Okay, so, I didn't expect it to be easy. So let's, oh my. Okay, here we go. This is the moment of truth. We have an Eve periapsis of 78,000 meters. Atmosphere extends up to 100,000. I don't want to get too low, because then we're just going to die. Very painfully. In a fiery inferno of death, which could be fun, but I put too much work into this to allow that to happen. But if it happens, I'm sure you would love the hell out of it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave my solar panels open until we get much closer. There's Eve. Oh, we can see it. But then I'm gonna shut them down so that they don't get knocked off by the atmosphere. There is Eve. Awesome. We're gonna be sticking to pointing towards our retrograde direction so that if the atmosphere isn't quite enough, we can give it a little help with our engines. Whoa, no, stop. No, crap, don't do that. I hit the wrong button. I hit the speed up button. That scared me. Okay, here we go. We're really close. We're within Gilly's orbit. 78,000. Okay, that's an hour away in, game time, quote unquote. Which would be like 3 hours away if we just waited for it to happen, because the game does not like me using this many parts. I'm very close to breaking the game. I was a little worried at one point that I had actually crashed the game with my rocket being so big, and it turned out it was just, the game froze because it was taking so long to load it, to calculate or whatever. So, we are at 6,000 kilometers, or close to it, and falling. We can speed up to, let's go to 100 times. And the atmosphere starts at 100K. And before that, it should switch to meters, I think. Oh gosh, at around 999 kilometers, right? I think that's when it's going to tick over. And we need to give it some lead-in time to shut down these guys, so that they don't get knocked off. This is a scary, tense moment. A lot of work has gone on to this. I spent several days designing these rockets. It may have just been a few moments from one cut to another where, hey, I talked about making a rocket and then ta-da, I had it done. But I spent several days making all of this and designing everything. And I don't want it to all be for naught. Okay, let's slow down and check this. We're still on course. Okay, looks like we're close enough that the errors have ceased. That's good. I was a little worried about that. Okay, let's slow down all the way to 1 times speed. This is pretty good. And let's move back over to this retrograde. We've gotten a little bit off target. Well, we've moved around the orbit and we haven't rotated is the thing. Let's come back here. And let's say around 500 kilometers, I'm going to bring in the solar panels. That should be enough time. Even though we're going ferociously fast, and we're falling very fast towards this sucker. Look at that crater. There's like an island in the middle. It's very strange. We're falling very fast. That should be enough time, though. We'll go back up to 50 times for just a second. Oh, of course, we're going to do it on the dark side. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? Okay, there's 500. There's 500. Okay. Let's go back to 1 times speed. I wonder, we could always use our rockets. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in the solar panels. And if I need electrical charge, I will use my engines to charge them. They don't charge them fast, but they will charge them. Look at that. That's pretty, huh? Look at that. It's very purple. It's very purple. And we've brought a monstrous rocket. And we're going to land on you, sucker, whether you like it or not. Oh, boy. This is so nerve-wracking. Hut Hat and Buzz could not be happier. They are just in la-la land. They don't have a fear in the world. Well, of course, they're immortal. They'll be resurrected, and they'll show up back in my list of available astronauts if they do happen to die. So, of course, they're not worried about it. Oh. Okay, we switched. Why did we switch there? Why did the camera switch? It should only switch if we're in orbit. But we're definitely not in orbit. Huh. Okay, well, it switched. And, wait, which way are we going? Are we still facing the retrograde? Yeah, we are. Oh, okay, let me spin the camera around. There we go. That makes more sense. 260. I'm only going in 1 time speed. Let's speed up again until we get down to 100,000. That's when the important stuff is going to happen. We'll see if this is actually going to work. I'm also a little bit worried that the atmosphere is going to make my ship spin around because it's big on this end and small on the other end. Okay, let's 123. Let's go back to 1 times 1 speed. There's tension in my voice because I'm tense. We're on the dark side of... Why does this always have to happen? That this the stuff I want to do happens on the dark side. There's no other way around it. There's the way it happened. We're getting very close to the atmosphere, though. And... looks like we're only going to be in the atmosphere for a very short duration, but hopefully that's enough. Even if the orbit is stupidly large, as long as we get into an orbit, it should be okay. And because Eve has such a huge gravity, its sphere of influence is actually pretty big. Wow. Look how it seems big beneath us. I think it's about the same size as Kerbal. I would actually have to look to see what their diameters are. I think they're about the same size. Eve just has much more gravity. Okay, here we go. Into the atmosphere. Please don't spin around. That shouldn't be a problem until we get into the thick part of the atmosphere, which would be much lower. And we're officially in the atmosphere. We're in it. Even though it's still the super thin part. Oh, but yeah, it's starting to move down. Here we go. Okay. And what is our velocity doing? Let's see what's going on here. It's a little too soon to tell. Let's zoom out, see if we can get a look at our periapsis. Yeah, it's coming down slowly. We're not low enough yet for that to have a big effect. Okay, now we're beneath 90,000. And let's actually put SAS on. Ooh, that's gonna eat up my charge. My electrical charge. And we still have a lot of fuel tanks. And I don't have any use for these guys after we're parked in orbit around Eve. I mean, we could technically use them to refuel some stuff, but I don't think I'm going to need it if everything else goes to plan. And it kind of has all gone to plan, amazingly. If it does all go to plan, we don't need these guys, so we could just We could use... Let's go back to the map here. Let's see. Let's zoom back in. We could use all of this time until we escape to burn for an orbit if this doesn't work. Okay, now we're down to 80. Maybe I should have gone lower. I really didn't know how low to go. How low can you go? How low can you go? Okay. That's getting quite a bit lower. Not quite as fast as I would have thought, though. Maybe I should have gone lower. Maybe we should have gone lower. Well, we still have a ways to go, so let's just see what happens. This is about as low as we're going to get. We're at our periapsis right now. Yeah, we're at the periapsis. Maybe I should start firing the engines while we're in this part of the atmosphere. Let's see, what is it doing now? Where are we? Let's go ahead and give it a little juice. See if that helps. Give it some juice! Let's get into orbit already! Get into orbit. We'll use a combination of the aero brake maneuver and the good old-fashioned burning retrograde. Come on, I'm right-clicking on this, but the lag isn't letting me... There we go. Isn't letting me see how much fuel we have. I do believe that will be plenty to get into orbit. That's getting smaller. Good. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. I think we will be okay. And we're going to get into orbit around Eve. And then, first order of business will be detaching the Gilly lander on the top here. We're going to send that guy to Gilly. And that's going to simplify our overall rockets. And then this section here, the lander and the tug are going to detach. The tug's only job is to push the lander down to Eve without using any fuel from the lander itself. And then after that, if everything goes okay, we will get a bunch of science and then reconvene in space and head back to Kerbal. Let's see what we're doing now. You see my little marker here is veering off of the retrograde. It's still a little unstable. It's kind of getting there. So I definitely should have gone lower, I think. We're back up to 87,000 meters. And the atmosphere ends at 100,000. I think I probably should have gone down a little bit lower. We went down to what? 70... Not quite 75,000, something like that. Maybe down to 65 would have done it. But that's kind of that's quite a gamble to make when you've invested this much time and effort to get a gigantic rocket all the way over here to Eve to risk getting captured by the atmosphere. I kind of think there's like there's a very small difference between being in the proper part of the atmosphere, just thick enough to put you in orbit, and then being too far down and being captured. Okay, yeah, we definitely have enough fuel to get into orbit, so I think we're gonna be good. Hot Hat, Buzz, are you ready to go exploring on the purple planet and its little funky colored moon, or funky shaped moon? Uh-oh, wait. Okay, pay attention. The camera was shifting. Camera was shifting. What happened? Oh, we're out of the atmosphere. That's what happened. 105,000. And climbing, but that's okay. That means that our periapsis will be above the atmosphere. I think we're going to have enough to do it. As long as we get into any... There he goes! There it goes! Okay. Stop. 77,000. Yeah, we'll need to fix that. We need that above. We need that above the atmosphere. So let's turn off SAS. We did it! Yay! Celebration! Oh! And look at it. Do you see it swaying? I'm going to brighten this up in editing, and the frame rate is very low. Can you see the whole thing swaying just like a snake? Okay, anything. But when you hit the time warp, it just all snaps straight again. Let's time warp up to our apoapsis. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to raise our periapsis to about 150,000 meters just to be safe. Then we're going to come back down to the periapsis and lower our apoapsis to within the orbit of Gilly to make interacting with Gilly and Eve as easy as possible. We'll just wait for the best situation. All right, come all the way out here. I'm so glad this worked. I can't express enough how disappointed I was when I realized that only 4 out of 7 of our docking clamps were connected to our interplanetary stage. And I thought at that point I thought the whole thing wasn't going to work because it would have been too unstable, but it worked. I think probably because the middle one managed to connect. Okay, how far to here? Oh, that's, yeah, we're going to be going really slow right. Whoa, stop. Jeez. Okay, I hit the time warp and it went crazy. All right, so now oh, okay, and we ran out of juice. Thankfully, it doesn't take any juice whatsoever to extend your solar panels. So let's give them a second to catch up. And I do have a pretty good amount of fuel left for what we need to do. So we don't have to be super precise about this stage. But what we want to do, we want to head over to the prograde marker. And we want to burn just... What happened? What? Crap. Crap. Why did that happen? Oh, man. Oh, man. Did anything else break? We might be able to live with that if we can just get this into orbit. Oh, my. Okay, let's see if we can burn in a steady fashion. Otherwise, I may be forced to reload. Let's turn the SAS on. Let's move over here to the prograde. Let's see how unstable this is if we try firing. Oh my gosh. Here we go. That's really unfortunate. I can't believe that happened. We weren't quite done with that yet. Okay, that's close enough. Now let's see what happens if I start to burn here. Will it be stable enough? Looks like it. Let's bring it up to about 130. 135. Good enough? Good enough. Let's look at the rocket. Did anything else of importance break? That guy flew off, but we were mostly done with him anyway. We managed to fire... Oh, 2 of them did. 2 of them blew off, so it's symmetrical. Yes! Wow, how did that happen? It's symmetrical still. No wonder it flew straight once I started to burn. Oh my gosh. All right, it's symmetrical. Well, that's the first major catastrophe that's happened. And looking over the rest of the ship, let's zoom in real close here. The rest of it looks intact. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, there might be something real small missing. But it looks intact to me. So we're going to go with it. No quick load. We're going to go with it and see what happens. So the next thing to do, last thing to do in this video, is to get down to the periapsis here and to fire retrograde to bring this down to a more acceptable level. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Okay, gosh, man, we get going fast on those straightaways. It's like a race course. All right. So, man, holy cow. All right, so the periapsis is still 130. It makes me nervous getting that close to the planet, though. We want to spin around. Actually, let's turn SAS off. We don't want to control it. We want to just spin. I want to set it in motion, and I want it to keep going. I don't want it to stop. The SAS would make it stop. It wants to stay stable. We don't want it stable. We want it spinning. But we want to get around to the retrograde. And then try to bring that down to an acceptable level. And the next time we'll begin our exploration of the area. This is exciting. Hut Hat and Buzz. You're breaking new ground, doing stuff I've never done in the game before. Landing on even getting off. That's the biggest challenge. If I can do that, I will be very happy. Wait. Why is that prograde there? No, we don't want prograde. We want retro. Retrograde. Retrograde. Alright, well, we'll just keep spinning around. No big deal. No big deal. We've got a little ways to go anyway. Actually, we need to fast forward a bit. Let's see if anything else flew off. Now that I've fast forwarded again. I don't think so. Alright, I think we're fine. Let's get up here. And whoa. Okay, that's far enough, mister. And we've spun around enough. There's the purple planet again. Oh my gosh. I need to take a shower or something after this ordeal. I am sweating from the tenseness, the nerves, the anticipation that is built up. All this effort potentially spoiled at any one moment. This must be what spaceflight is actually like. You spend all these years... Okay, maybe I didn't spend years making this rocket, but I spent several days. But you spend all this time preparing, then you get into space and any little thing can go wrong and cause it all to come crashing down. That must be kind of what it's like, but obviously much magnified. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get a little closer to the actual periapsis here. Okay, that's close enough. Close enough! And that is only a minute and a half away. Oh, okay. We could probably go ahead and start burning now. As soon as we get close enough to our retrograde marker here, we can do that. Oh my gosh, and this is very dark for me. It's almost pitch black, but I will try to brighten it up so you can see what's going on. But I'm just spinning my ship. That's all I'm doing. It's not that exciting. Apparently, Hut Hat and Buzz thinks it's really exciting. They're over a purple planet, though, so I guess that is exciting for them to be over a purple planet. They're used to a blue and green one. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Just go ahead. Just go. Just go. And please be stable. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh yeah. Okay. No, stay there. Stay there. Okay, now let's check. What are we doing here? How's this coming down? Slowly it's coming down. Alright, let's stay on this marker. I can't believe our rocket smashed apart because of nothing. Just an error caused when I fast forwarded the time. And it ended up being symmetrical. It's amazing. I can't believe it. Hut Hat and Buzz can believe it. They're going out of their minds now. So here's our apoapsis. We want this to be just within the orbit of Gilly, so that when we release our little fella, our Gilly lander, it'll be easy for him to get into an encounter with Gilly. Gilly has a very small sphere of influence. It's the smallest gravity in the entire system. So we're gonna have to be kind of precise to get an encounter. but I don't anticipate that being very difficult. That should be the easy parts of the mission. And we're still going good. As far as I can tell, the only thing that broke were these 2 orange tanks. I really hope that's the case, and we don't learn later on that something else happened. Periapsis still says 130,000 meters, and as far as I know, once we have this orbit done, it should be stable. There's nothing else in the area that's going to affect our orbit. I went to Jewel once, and I set something in orbit, and that orbit did not stay stable, but there's a bunch of moons there with crazy gravity and stuff, and that's what affected it. I ended up with an encounter with one of those that threw off the orbit, and it ended up escaping the entire Kerbal system. Okay, still burning, in case you were wondering. If you can, I don't know if you can see it flexing. The whole thing is just flexing all the time. But we're getting pretty close. 20 million. This is actually pretty ideal because we're going to come down within the closest, like the apoapsis of our orbit is going to be the periapsis of Gilly's orbit. It's going to be close. I mean, that would be kind of right here, but we're pretty close. That's pretty good. And obviously, we're not on the exact what is it called? The angle of the ecliptic. The ascending node and descending node are going to be off by a huge amount, but the lander will have plenty of fuel to do stuff like that. Okay. So let's just bring it in to about 16 million even. Let's do 16 million even and stop. And fast forward to halt all momentum. And that's it. We did it. We did it. Let's, for the end of the episode, let's just fast forward around to the bright side. Always stay on the bright side of Eve. Doo-doo. 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 Okay. Oh, but I'm not kidding when I say that I'm sweating and I feel like I need a shower. Like I need to take like a serious break and relax for a while. There's Eve. Okay, let's slow down. And we can quick save. Cannot save while the ship is under acceleration. How about now? There we go. Okay. We did it. We're here. We have the lander intact. I can't believe it happened. I'm really amazed that it worked. I'm seriously amazed. Next time, we're going to send the lander to Gilly. That's up next. Hope you guys are enjoying this series of missions and episodes involving Eve. We'll see you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.